Do I want to go into this yet? No, I don't. Why do I always pick the coldest days to go outside and do these? Always the coldest days out, man. And it's not even that cold out, it's like 72 degrees. I'm just a little whiny baby. Awkward. People are watching. Not really. Not really. They're literally minding their own business. But because I'm still new to this whole like vlogging tutorial, filming yourself out in public thing, I feel like they're watching me even though they're clearly talking to each other and about their dogs. Awkward. Hey, welcome back to the Collective Movements. Today we're going to be learning how to do a Kong. We're also going to talk about some of the most common mistakes and progressions on how to do your Kong properly and correctly. Properly and correctly. That's the same thing. Properly and correctly are the exact same thing. So, sweet. We're going to be going over the most common mistakes, ways to fix those common mistakes, progressions, and ways to help you learn faster, as well as some fun variations that you can do just about anywhere. So you're gonna start with your run. From your run, you're gonna do either a backwards arm circle or a swimming motion. From there, you wanna dip low enough that you are eye level to your object. From there, you're gonna wanna complete your jump. So you're gonna be pushing through your toes, extending through your toes, knees, and hips. Your hands are going to touch the block. Your butt's gonna come just above the block, not too high. You don't want it getting above your head. You're gonna pull your knees into your chest. And from there, you're gonna start reaching towards your landing after you've cleared your Kong. All right, so let's get started with these common issues. The first one that I tend to see is that people will lean on one hand and they'll leave it behind them as they do their Kong. This is a really big issue later on down the line because it's not gonna allow you to do higher level skills, because if that hand is constantly being left behind you, it's gonna literally pull you back. The first way we wanna fix our Kong is instead of leaving our hands down and trying to really just pick up that hand and just bashing your head into it, that could work. I don't recommend it. I recommend taking a step back to doing your Kong ups and working on getting your hands off the object before your feet come down, or even as your feet come down, but you really want to make sure that they're not on the same block at the same time. And that's gonna really help getting one hand off the block in time for doing your Kong overs. It's like a game of hot potato. As soon as your feet start to come up, you have to push your hands and pull them up and land in a zombie squat. Now, if you're just not getting far enough on your Kong overs, again, don't worry about it. Stick to your Kong ups for now and start doing Kong ups for distance. Find a long flat surface and you're gonna Kong up and you're gonna start marking every single time wherever your toes hit. You're gonna try to get your feet, your toes just a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further by pulling a little bit harder, maybe running a little bit faster or jumping a little bit higher. And I know those are things that are kind of not really helpful, you know, it's just like do better and then you'll do better. But those could also be some things. Maybe you're just not running fast enough to get far enough over the object. That's something to also take into consideration. The second most common issue is that you are jumping too close to your object. This doesn't leave enough time for your knees to get through your arms or even past the block. If you're too close, it's hard to bring your knees up without hitting the block, and that's obviously going to hurt, especially on concrete. We're not jumping too close to the block. Now, the way that we're gonna do this is you can take a piece of string, a rope, a towel, really doesn't matter. Take an object, set it down in front of you, and that's gonna be the place that you must jump from. If you're wondering how far you have to set that thing from your Kong, a good rule of thumb is about the distance that you are trying to Kong. And the third thing that we're gonna work on is getting your butt just a little bit higher so our feet don't scrape and our knees don't hit. The way we're gonna do this is doing a drill called an angry cat. You're gonna put your hands down at the start of the block. You're gonna jump, you're gonna tuck your chin, put your butt up as high as you can get it to go. And your goal is to try to touch your toes to the top of whatever it is you're trying to Kong on with straight piked legs. Fourth most common thing is that you don't pull enough with your arms. Now what you want to do with this is you want to make sure that your fingertips and your fingernails, when they're on the object, assuming it's not a rail, is you want to make sure that they're white. Now what do I mean by this is that you're gripping so hard with your fingertips that your fingertips turn white. A good way to work on this is just low-fiving the block that you are on and trying to pull it behind you. Now if it's outside, it's not going to move anywhere, hopefully. Give it 2 low fives and really drag your hands across that block. You want to push your hands into the block and pull it as if you're pulling it behind your butt, behind your hips, behind your belly button. You can still do the drill. It's gonna be a little scrapey on your fingertips, but you'll ultimately be okay. Few variations of this is we're going to go into a Kong safety vault, which is 2 different vaults in one jump. You're going to do a Kong precision. Different ways for progression and speeding up your learning curve of how to do Kongs is to just do them all the time. Now, I don't want you just doing Kong after Kong after Kong after Kong because that gets boring. A good way to change this up is to add a little bit of connection. So you can do a Kong, land into another Kong. If you have a couple of handrails that you're comfortable Konging over, that works. You can go Kong into another vault. You can go a vault into a Kong. For instance, you can do your safety vault or your lazy vault into your Kong. You can do a Kong into a shoulder roll. You can precision to your Kong and then Kong your object. You can do floor Kongs. There are down Kongs and there are side Kongs. And as always, guys, you guys are more than welcome to send us your videos to our Instagram, which is @thecollectivemovements. We are happy to help. If you've enjoyed the content, if you've gotten some value out of this, please give me a like and comment down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. We're gonna be releasing videos every Saturday, so it would mean a lot for us if we could help you. So send us your videos and ask for help. It is precisely 56 degrees out and my fingertips are cold. So a lot of you probably are telling me to just suck it up, and that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so all right, so the fourth most common issue, I don't like that. Why am I putting my hand up? Your fingers, you kind of want to push, you want to grip enough, Kong over, and you want to rip that bad boy right behind you. That's kind of gross. I mean, if you take a look at the video also playing right now. I don't know if I'm gonna use this clip, so I'm gonna stop. World revolves around me, right? Yes, yes, get out of here.